back to Discussion America. This week we're going to talk a little bit about the Congress. Now, I'm not going to get into about, okay, the Democrats have control, and I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just going to talk about the Congress in general. Okay, first of all, we're losing control of our country. We the people. We the people, it seems like we no longer have control of our country. We have professional politicians that once they get in office, they don't care what we want. And if I'm not mistaken, aren't we their boss? We're the ones that put them there. They work for us. Every elected official works for us. I can't seem to get that through everybody's head. They work for us. The president, the senators, the congressmen, the mayors, the governors. We put them in office. They work for us. But you know what? We can't fire them. The only recourse that we have is when they're up for elections again. Don't vote for them. That's the only recourse. I wish that can change. Did you know that once a congressman, or a senator for that matter, gets elected, they never have to show up another day. They don't ever have to show up to do a vote. They never have to go to Washington again. They never have to show up again for another vote. There's been cases where a senator or a congressman has gotten sick. I'll go with a senator. They got a 6-year term. Has gotten sick, has had a stroke, and there's one particular senator, we'll just leave names out of it, had a stroke, and he had 3 years left of his term. And he was willing to step down from his office if the governor would have named his wife in place of him. Governor said no. He stayed on. Didn't do one vote after that. Didn't go to the office. Didn't do anything. Stayed on, collect his pay, and at the end of the term, just didn't run again. How is this possible? How is this possible that if I don't go to work, if I just tell my boss, you know what? I don't want to go to work. What's your reason? I have no reason. I just, I want to send my wife instead. No, you can't. No, what that? I'm just not coming to work. And keep my job. How is that possible? Okay. Especially the fact that their retirement program is funded by us, we the people. Their salaries are paid by us, we the people. Their complete existence is paid by us, we the people. Senators have a $3 million stipend that they get for expenses coming to Washington for their staff, for supplies, for whatever. Congressmen have like a $900,000 not a write-off, but they have a $900,000 expense that they can have to set up their offices. Plus, they have $3,000 a year that they can write off, for travel back and forth to their home state and everything. We pay for that. We the people. We the people pay for that. And you're going to tell me that if somebody isn't doing their job, that we the people can't demand that this person be fired? If this person, out of their whole term, goes to 2 votes, that we can't say, excuse me, goodbye. But this is what happens. Now, they earn $172,000 a year for that job. It's a lot of money. Plus, they have an expense account to set up their office. plus $3,000 they can write off at the end of the year for their travel expenses. Plus, if they don't want to show up for work, no, they don't have to show up for work. They represent us. That's why they're called representatives. So if they're running on a platform and you vote for them because of that platform, and they don't do that, and they don't do their job, and they don't work that platform, you can't do anything about it. Even if they get convicted of a crime, there's a whole big process to get them tossed out. You know, it's ridiculous. They work for us. We're losing control. We have no control over our own country. How did this ever happen? And I also don't like the fact that they can take a vote and get a raise. Yeah, I think we want a raise. Okay, let's take a vote. Yeah, we raise. Okay, send it to the Senate. Senate ratifies it. Put it in front of the president. The president agrees. He signs it into law. It's got to be a law if they want to raise. As it is now, they just get like a cost of living increase. But they can sign a raise if they want a raise. They can. They work for me. Why? How about putting it to a vote? How about next election? Congress wants a raise. I put it up as a referendum. Do they get a raise? Have they done their job? Has your congressman voted? Has your congressman voted your policies? Should your congressman get that raise? Has he voted the way you wanted him to vote? You elected him, you voted for him. Did he vote the way you wanted him to vote? Should he get that raise? No, that's not up to us anymore. It's up to themselves. They get to write their own raises. As far as their retirement goes, they get vested after 5 years. They don't get their whole salary as a retirement. There's a formula that they have to follow depending on how many years they worked. They have to work at least 5 years to get vested. The highest 3 years, there's a percentage, I think, 0.1%. But then there's another percent. They multiply that by 1.72%. And they can look that up. There's a whole big percentage thing. The most that any congressman can get for his retirement is 80% of his salary. And he's pretty much got to be there like for 67 years. And then he can get like 80% of his salary. They can never get 100% of their salary. But still, it's a pretty damn good retirement that we're paying for. We pay for that. They don't contribute a dime to it. So out of their salaries, nothing they pay for goes into their retirement. Think about that for a minute. We have to contribute to Social Security by law. But a congressman, oh, no. We contribute. We pay for it. Nice, pretty good deal if you can get it, huh? Be nice if the government could pay for our retirement like that. Sweet deal. Same thing with the senators. Kind of like that. You know? Good work if you can get it. So just think about that for a second. Think why we can't get term limits. If they got term limits and they were held to 2 terms, that means that a congressman will never make his 5-year and get vested. That means he don't get retirement from the Congress. That means, guess what? You got to go back to work. That is initially what the forefathers wanted. Congressmen and senators were not even supposed to get paid. They were supposed to do their time because most of them were well-to-do. Most of them were rich men that served as congressmen and as senators. They did like a power trip. It was a power trip for them. You know, well-to-do rich people, they were the ones who were congressmen and senators. They would serve, they would do their time, and they'd go back to their plantations or their factories or whatever business that they had and go back to work and do their thing. That's the way it was back then. But then I think it was in 1787, They wrote themselves in as, okay, we got to get paid something. And it was ridiculous, like $6 a month or something like that. But that's where it started. But that's what it was. They weren't even supposed to get paid. They was doing it for the honor of the job. Not anymore. Now it's like it's a payday now. It's a payday. And we're paying for it. And I don't know about you, but I don't think they're doing one hell of a job. They're doing a lousy job. And they're contributing to the division of this country. They're the ones that are supposed to set the example for the rest of this country. We have to look at them and say, look at those guys. They just fought for 6 months in a hard-fought campaign against each other to win that seat. And look how they're working together. Look at that. Look how great that is. That's what Americans are all about. We can fight, we can throw down, and then when everything comes together, we can sit down and we can make it all happen. That's how you got to show the American people. Not this bickering back and forth, not this partisanship stuff. You have to show and lead by example. I don't want to fight with my Democratic brothers. I don't. It doesn't serve a purpose. None whatsoever. Years ago, after the election, everybody forgot about who's voting for who. Everybody went back to work. Everybody went back to doing their thing until the next election. Then everybody started campaigning, everybody voting for this guy, whatever. But now, oh my God, it's insanity. And it's all from our elected officials. We have control now. So now we're going to go after the president because we don't like him. And we're not going to put the Democratic bills through because we have control of the Senate. Come on. That's baby stuff. Be grown-ups. The country's going to lose out. With all this bickering back and forth, the country loses out. We, the people, lose out. We, the people, need to contact our representatives, both in the House and the Senate, and say, listen, it's got to stop. We need to pass some bills, and we need to vote on the bills and put some laws down. We need to get this debt down. I don't know how many trillions of dollars. We're up to $30 trillion now. We got to get that down. We got to put together a good health care bill. We definitely have to rework this Obama thing. I'm sorry, people, but you know, it just, that was a loser from the get-go. All right. And I know my liberal friends are like, oh, what are you, crazy? Well, no, I'm sorry. You know, hate me for whatever you want to hate me for, but there is nothing in life that's free. Nothing. Somebody along the way has to pay for it. Okay? Somebody has to pay for it. There's nothing for free. Stop it. Nothing's for free. Not education, not health care. There is nothing free. Somebody pays for it. Okay? Somebody pays for it. You know? The doctors aren't working for free. The hospitals have to pay for their electric. They have to pay for their medicine. They have to pay their nurses. There's nothing for free. Okay? Same with education. You show me a professor that works for free, and I'll believe you. I don't think there is one. Okay? So, come on. We need to work together. We need to stop bickering. And stop worrying about everybody around the world. Worry about us first. Let's get healthy. Let this country get healthy first. Let's stop fighting with ourselves. Once we stop fighting with ourselves and we get healthy within, then we'll look about branching out and helping other people that need help. Okay? So let's recap. The Congress, they're dogs. They're dogs. I'm sorry, they're dogs. They can write themselves a raise. They don't have to show up to work if they don't want it, and nothing happens to them. They're fighting amongst themselves. Nothing's getting done. They're going to go after the president. They're going to go after the president, and they're not going to get anything done for the country. It's going to be committee after committee after committee going after the president, and nothing's going to get done for the country. Is that what you want? You want the country's business to stop dead so they can go after Trump. What purpose does that serve? It serves no purpose. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help me. If you don't like Trump, vote him out in 2020. Find yourself a candidate and vote him out. What's so difficult about that? What's so difficult about that? If you don't like the man, do what we've done in the past. Find a candidate that's better. Vote him out. Stop the fighting. I don't know what else to tell you guys. They fight with each other. No work gets done. Then what happens, it becomes tit for tat. They go after the president. The Senate doesn't sign any of their bills. The president doesn't sign anything into law. And it just becomes a mess, and nothing gets done. And for what? Because I don't like you? Hey, there's a lot of people in life I have to deal with that I don't like, but I have to deal with them. I'm sure you do too. I'm sure there are a lot of people where you work that you just really don't like, but you got to deal with them because it's work. Same thing here. It's work. Well, you need to make sure that you contact your representatives. You need to make sure that they stay on target. It's the country, the things we need. We need bills drawn up. We need laws passed. That's what we need done. Not targeting the president. Not going after him because he slept with two broads before he was even thinking about running for president. Come on. It's ridiculous. That's all I heard all week was Cohen this, Cohen that, Cohen this, Cohen that. Oh my God. Show me what he did illegally while he was president. While he was president. Show me proof. Show me papers. Let me hear some phone calls. Let me see some documentation of the laws that he broke while he was president. Then okay. Hammer, get him out of there. Then I have no argument. But don't talk to me about stuff he did when he was a reality star, when he had the pageants. Come on, please. Please, when he was a businessman. Come on. As president, other than just anything he's done wrong against the law, show me what laws he broke, and then arrest him. Indict him. What can I tell you? Indict him. But if not, let the man do his job. This Mueller investigation has gone on way too long. That's also dividing this country. We're divided. And it's the Congress and the Senate's responsibility to stop the partisanship and lead by example and get everybody to start getting back together and stop the fighting. Lead by example and stop the fighting. I gotta pay for your retirement. I gotta pay your salary. I gotta watch you fight over this. No, I don't want to have to watch you fight. Across the board. Next election across the board, man. I'm gonna try my damnedest to get my senators out. Whatever congressman out. I'm in New York. That means Schumer, you're done. If I can, I'm gonna campaign to hell to get you out of here. Unbelievable. Well, that's all I got to say this week. Have yourself a great week. God bless you all. This is Anthony Fiorinelli from Discussion America. See you next week. Later.